From the station that made country music famous, 650 AM WSM, this is a Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Hey, it's Charlie Madosin, and in this episode, we Zoom with Joe Nichols. Joe would Zoom in with us on the final day of April 2021. He had a brand new single, Home Run, and a brand new record label, Quartz Hill Records in Nashville. A lot to talk about. Enjoy our Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast with Joe Nichols.
Nichols to Coffee, Country, and Cody. Fired up there, Charlie, man. How perfect is that? Good morning.
Good morning. I love that.
Joe?
Yes, ma'am.
I just said, hey, good to see you.
No, I was saying that, I love getting those tweets about every other day in the spring from every weather station across the country. Hey, it's your day today.
Yeah, and that song, as a result of that, that song will be played forever. I mean, after we're all gone, there will be generations who will hear that song, Sunny and 75, and go, man, I love that song. That's my spring and summer theme. Is that what you had in mind when you cut it? You knew that it was special in that way?
I don't think so, but it sure turned out good because I think probably the guy that wrote the Star Spangled Banner didn't think they'd play it every ball game. It turned out to be all right for him.
Well, Joe Boy, where are you this morning as you greet your adoring public, your fans all over the world who are listening and watching?
I'm in the only room in my house that kind of belongs to me. I'm in a kind of an office, little room where got some stuff that belongs to me. Every other room in this house has either dolls or furniture you can't sit on. So Charlie, how do you think you stack up against Joe? Because how many square feet do you have at your home?
Yeah, I don't want to brag, Joe, but in my house, I've been allocated 80 square feet for my things. It looks like you might be one up of me. That looks a little more than 80 square feet, so I'm having envy here right now. Did I see a football helmet over your back right shoulder?
Yeah.
That's
Razorback.
Excellent. Yeah.
My wife's got a Texas football helmet in here somewhere that I try to hide every now and then.
Megan?
Yeah, well, Joe, it's good to see you. And it feels like the world is somewhat getting back to normal and tours are kicking off. And I just want to know, you must be so excited to get back on the road. And how has this quarantine time been for you creatively, and what's coming next?
Well, that is so great to see a lot of things, open up and people coming to shows. It's a little different. Obviously everything's a little different than it was before, but it's starting to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think over the past, year and a half, how long we've ever been, that we've been off, a couple of things that I've noticed that are really important have been really big for me. One is, that adjustment period of being home all the time was rough for everybody. It was kind of, there was a routine with and without me, and for the wife and the kids, and they took a little time getting used to me being here. I had to take a little time. None of those things were plugging myself into their routine was a little bit weird. However, having been home all that time and really reconnecting with my kids like I'd never had a chance to do was so big for me, and I fell in love with my wife again, which is really important. We've been married for almost 14 years, and I feel like this is the closest we've ever been. And boy, when I leave now, even for a few days, especially for a couple of weeks, it really is hard. I really, really miss them, and I thank God that I have that feeling of missing them, and I'm not so busy that I forget.
That's beautiful.
How old are they now?
My youngest, they're 7 and 9. Well, I should say my 7-year-old turns 7 in 3 weeks, about 3 weeks.
Charlie's got an 8-year-old he could drop off. You get it 7, 8, 9.
Play date, Joe.
Hey, we do it the other way. We can have
That's right.
Yeah.
We lost connection there, Joe. I'm sorry.
Nice try.
What Joe is saying is you need a lot of togetherness.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. So, that's true. I told my wife, I said, as interesting and difficult as this year has been, we've eaten more meals at the table together and done more things as a family in 1 year than we've done in 14. So that's the blessing. So
absolutely right. And like I said, the greatest gift is that hurt sadness that I feel when I have to leave. And I never thought that was that would ever happen. And, that's a true gift. I thank God for that every day.
Joe Nichols, if you just joined us.
I'd point out that even my coffee mug has her name on it.
Leopards, with some leopards.
Joe's got dates in June in Panama City Beach, Fort Worth at Billy Bob's, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and celebrates the 4th of July in Roundup, Montana, which in July is where you want to be. It's pleasant. It's about as good as it gets in Montana in early July. You tell me about this song, Home Run, the new record label Home, reuniting on the business side in a lot of ways. And I saw, let's see, if I get it right, Ashley Gorley, Dallas Davidson, Ross Copperman were the writers on this song.
Yeah, great writers. I mean, they need a hit.
Ashley's birthday, I believe. Ashley turned 44 yesterday. I believe yesterday was his birthday.
Yeah, probably had that many number ones, too.
I think you're right.
Yes.
They're great writers with a great idea. I don't remember where I saw this, but it was a great quote from William Shakespeare that said, one of the most powerful words in the English language was home. And I thought, wow, that's really incredible. If he really said that, that's really great. And so this song is kind of about that, about nothing makes you feel like coming home, that familiarity, that belonging. And that's what stuck out to me at Home Run, not just that there was baseball puns in there. I'm a baseball fan, but I think the song kind of has a bigger meaning that everybody, even not baseball fans, can kind of relate to, especially over the past year. And it's funny, I found Benny Brown, who owns the label, found this song about a year and a half or 2 years ago and sent it to me and said, man, I think this is a hit. And we recorded it kind of before this all started happening, or at least at the beginning. And kind of here we are a year and a half later after kind of getting in the studio with this song, and we're like, boy, this song kind of took on a new meaning after all this. Everybody's, been away from their families quite a bit, unable to do a lot of things, and certainly feeling like the world is really heavy right now. And boy, getting home sure seems important, and touching base with, what you used to be like. Seems like a big deal right now. It's like I said, the timing couldn't have been better with the song. That's all about his plan, too, by the way. That's how that works.
Amen.
Amen. Joe Nichols. That's a home run for sure. Great quote from Coffee, Country, and Cody and our special guest. And here it is, all over the world on WSM Radio and Circle Television right now.
Life's been coming at me like a fastball. Been in the weeds, be nice to see some corn growing tall. Need to trade some hurry up for some hay.
That is new from Joe Nichols. So good to hear that voice again all over the world on WSM Radio and Circle Television. And you don't have to dig long. You're doing research, homework on Joe Nichols, lifelong St. Louis Cardinals fan. So
yes, sir.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Run.
Joe sang for me at the after party when I was inducted into the Disc Jockey Hall of Fame back in 2008.
Oh, wow.
And
that's pretty cool.
That is still a highlight moment for me. And you did, what was that? It was called Real Things, a Billy Dean song, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, great song. One of those songs that I wished had been a single, but never got a chance to. But you called that. You actually said, man, you play with that? And I was like, that's one of my favorite songs. Thank you, and that's why we like each other. Right there. Same wavelength.
So what's the agenda for Play Day at the Nichols house today with the girls and Heather?
It's Friday to get out of school a little early, so we'll probably try to find a movie to go to, or it's a little rainy today, so something inside. We'll play something today.
Man, come see us inside when we start having people back in the studio. I'd love to see you sitting across from me with a guitar in your hand, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you guys very much.
Thanks for listening to our Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Our program director at WSM Radio is J. Patrick Tittle. Our digital producer is Haley Hall. Marketing and promotions director is Amanda Cannon. And I'm Charlie Matos. If you like what you've heard, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And leave us a review on iTunes. It really does help new people find the show.